Where's my? Oh. Oh. No. Oh. Oh. Oh, hey Buck. I flipped Chinese food. I don't know if it was good. I had Chinese food, Buck. I don't know if it was good, man. Because I don't know. Yeah, what it is, a lot of restaurants are cutting corners because they can't afford to pay the rents or the property. I think they don't like um that they give you rotten food, like you know. Or I'm gonna do some random battles, test out some stuff. Do more. I was waiting for Omar. I thought he was gonna help. If he comes in, I'll try to. I'll ask. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna ask Omar because I know he probably has it. At least the ones I don't have. What am I doing with this guy? I gotta put something on him. Rocky helmet. Why? My microphone is probably on its way out because it's not picking up anything anymore. It feels like unless I put my mouth right next to it. Hey, my stomach, Barkley. Why, Barkley? Gotta make another stealth rock. This is such an odd team, huh? Why, Barkley? Who think's gonna win the one-on-one random match? Me? Our Lord and Savior? Or Kessler? Barkley, I'm gonna do it. I know. You just want me to do it because you want that warrant. Dude, I told you. The minute I get it, I'm gonna look. That's the. That's probably gonna be the last. The last shiny. That's the last shiny I'm probably gonna ever look for in my life. Not really, dude. I did the Charizard. It was okay. I'm not a huge fan. But I promise you, the minute I get the shiny charm, that is gonna be the first shiny I look for. Oh, I know I'll leave him. It's a bird, maybe. Yeah. Now he's ruined, Barkley. Ruined! It's over with, Bark. Wait, is he not going to sleep? Does he have that weird ability or something? What did I do? Did he wake up? I'm not even paying attention. Oh, no! I burned him! I'm so stupid. Oh, why would I burn him after a yawn? What is wrong with me today? Now I wasted a turn of sun because of you, Barkley. Now look, my whole plan is destroyed. Nah, I don't feel good. Just trying to find blame, Barkley. What's up with the Bears, dude? He likes them this much? Dude, really? I paid for one mistake. I paid like vicious. One mistake. All right, you know what? He's not gonna handle this thing. Don't mess with autos. This thing is probably gonna destroy his team because he don't know how to handle this thing. Yeah, I don't blame them because it's kind of like I've always was against sleep, bro. But I never mind yawn because it gives the player like a turn. It's kind of like a roar or something. It gives the player a turn. But like anything that's like hypnosis and stuff, of course I could see why they ban it. But at the same time, the accuracy is really low on hypnosis. So I don't know. But spore and stuff like that, if you don't have a grass Pokemon, that's the dumbest crap out there, man. How much you want to make a bet, Barkley? He don't know how to deal with this thing. You know, very few people know how to deal with this thing. He's like another Corviknight, this guy. Would you call Skeledirge a gimmick? Or just an annoying Pokemon? Alright, now, you want to talk about you want to talk about a real gimmicky mon? This Darkrai Pokemon, in and of itself. Alright, we're gonna go. We're gonna go to sleep, right? Well, hey, that's what I like about those low accuracy moves. This is why, you know what? Darkrai and Sleep Boys is why I want to have a Guts, that, Pokemon with the Guts, the heavy hitter there. I forgot his name. He's gonna do Dream Eater now. I'm just gonna pull out then. I'm gonna pull out. I don't want a baby, Barkley. I'm pulling out. Sorry, no Dream Eater for you. Yeah, dude, this is the type of crap that people do. All right, go ahead. You know what? Sure, we're gonna keep switching out. I had enough. That's I had enough. Yeah, keep relying on your low accuracy, because that's really gonna save you. That's really gonna save you. Bye bye, you frail legend. Whatever you. Dude, what is up? Why did the Japanese people love Darkrai? I always remembered that, even from Gen 6. They loved that Pokemon. Oh, this one. Another one. Alright. You know what? I'm not afraid, Barkley. His whole team is whack. His whole team is whack. What is this stupid? I remember this thing. Stupid electric thing. It's like a live wire or something. I'm not a fan because everybody loves it. Barkley, I'm kind of like I march to the beat of my own drum. You know what that means, Barkley? Yeah, he's done. He's cooked, Barkley. Cooked. 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 He got cooked by a fire team. And I made mistakes. I made so many mistakes that I should not have won this. He wants to go again. I'll use another team. Let's do it. What team do I use, Barkley? Do I use my Moxie team here? Alright. Oh, man. I don't think he wanted to fight. Wait. Oh, okay. Oh. It's so weird how you get those communication errors. Look, you got the legendary... Two legendary bikes he's using on me. He's so stupid. Look what he did. He put level 100 rule set, and he has a level 87 and a level 50. See? This is why I make all my guys level 100, because, when they make the rule set, they're retarded half the times. Can I say that word? Retard? I could say that word. That's not anti-Christian. I believe it's a real word still. I'm not politically correct, Barkley. I'm a rough around the edges boy. Alright, and? Like 96% of our competition are children, Barkley. It's it's Pokemon. It's not StarCraft 2 or something. Come on. I think I may have to sack this boy. Oh, never mind. Probably. Yeah, but I'm not Jesus. Of course Jesus wouldn't, but I'm not Jesus. I'm sinful crazy man. I'm not condoning it. You're right, Barkley. I probably shouldn't use it. Some old habits die slow, Barkley. No, you're right. You're right. I probably shouldn't use the word. You're right. It's not good. But I guess when I use it though, I kind of mean like foolish and stuff. I don't mean like you're born with a handicap or anything. That's not the way I intend to mean it. But there's truly mentally handicapped people. I don't make fun of that ever. What do we do? All right, Barkley. What else are you gonna lecture me about, Barkley? Oh, I should be putting bug bite on him, right? Now that we have bug bite, I like bug bite, and I think it works with technician. These bikes are hard to deal with. Yeah, all right, Barkley. You just instigating right now. Um. Hmm, hmm, hmm. I could do a double protect. All right, let me do a double protect. Another speed boost. I don't know what he's gonna do. I'm nervous. He's also level 87. which means he's gonna die pretty fast to anything. I want to do the sword stance, but that's greedy a little bit, so close. Oh no. Screw this thing. Alright, don't make me flinch. I should have did the freaking sword stance. I want to... Barkley, you gotta teach me how to use those snack treats. The legendary snack treats. I have a bunch of them. I don't even know what to do with them. I didn't look it up. I didn't even look into it. Barkley, this is your Blaziken. You like him? He's doing good right now. Alright, we're sacking the boy. We had to sack him. I know the build. He's gonna Rage Fist, Rage Fist, Rage Fist. I know the build. I had to chip him away, dude. I can't. Look, now I have a chance to Shadow Sneak a bit of Blade. And I don't. Guess what? I don't have a focus station this guy, so I'm gonna die in one shot. Rage Fist. All right, whatever. Yep. Watch one shot. One shot. Make a bet. Yep. I thought maybe I could survive one, even with like little help, but no. But I forgot how friggin' frail that thing is. Oh, Barkley, I'm performing terrible. These bikes, I can't deal with them, dude. I can't handle these bikes right now. They just do way too much, bro. Oh, he's got citrus berries on every freaking Pokemon. Look, I don't use overlapping items. This guy does. Come on, give him another. Please connect. Oh, why? Alright, we're down to one boy, dude. And I don't even know, like, let's see what Pokemon he has left. Let's see what Pokemon he has left. How do I check? Check target, okay. He has a lot of Pokemon left. Alright. So we're just gonna go for the stab flower trick move. That's it. That's all. But I think a lot of his Pokemon are hurt, though. No, his other bike isn't hurt. His other bike is definitely not hurt. Oh. What? Why? Why couldn't I just do knockoff? Like, why couldn't I do that? Why? Why? Well, that's the end of me. You're right, Barkley. 100% right. Why don't I have Sucker Punch? Well, no, but he's a Scarf, though. I guess if I took the Scarf off him... Nah, I would make another one for Sucker Punch Barkley, actually. Seriously, not with a Scarf. I would make... Because the whole idea is him having Trick to, like, throw the Scarf on utility Pokemon. You know what I mean, Barkley? So I would make another one for that. But yeah, I could see that. Well, because I like him Scarf. It's super fast, and I could throw the Scarf on utility mons. So if I see that you have some sort of stall Toxapeck or something, I could throw a Scarf on him. Which is pretty good. I mean, I've made many people quit just by doing that one move. They get so upset. It's not wasted. Not with a Scarf, dude. Hi, Omar. Omar, can you help me complete the decks? Barkley wants his he's trying to cash in on my favor I owe him to get the Roaring Moon, and I'm gonna look for it for him. Well, we know with this guy, he's gonna draw his Stealth Rocks down too. Now it's a battle of Stealth Rocks and Yawns, because that's what this stupid hippo does. He does everything I do. There's a G. Let him do the Earthquake again, then. I don't have time for this. Alright, well. What's wrong with it, though? Omar, where do you find these connections and stuff? Like, how do you do this stuff? Like, does your dad help you with this stuff, or like you do this all on your own? All right, interesting, Omar. Gotta give you credit then. You're like an entrepreneur. Who's in my stream still? I am back, you know. I always told you all. I told you all to wait, man. Nobody waits, huh? Whatever, man. Whatever. Who's in my stream? Dude, what is wrong? It's still connecting, but yet it's saying communication error, and I'm getting angry. Something's. It's their service too, you know. It's not just the internet. I think it's the stream conked out because of my repeater. I'll tell you that much. But their servers are whack. I hate this talk. I'm getting very tired of using Torco lately. He's gonna pull the. Yeah, yeah. I knew he was gonna do that. Who doesn't do flip turn on the Dolphin? Of course you're gonna do it. To friggin' pull out the hero. Frickin' Dolphin. Yeah, do your dragon dance so I can 30% burn you with my lava plume. Go ahead, do it, do it. Do it again. Do your dragon dance again. Keep buffing him, please. He's life orbed. With you think with one dragon dance I can outspeed with Charizard? No, right? Definitely this guy. Yeah, I'm not gonna play with maybes right now. I am. I'm timid. But still. He's only... Well, Charizard's 100 base speed. I didn't want to take a chance. Hi, Omar. I actually have to take this dude out now. Chances are he's a bold build. That's what people do. I'm not a bold build. I'm a calm build, dude. And actually, I think the calm build is better. See, Smogan will tell you to make the bold build. Smogan is like, oh, make the bold build. Make the bold build. But anyway, I'll tell you one thing. I don't always listen to Smogan. Unlike the rest of you heathens. Yeah, the bold build. People like to make it bold for physical attack. I don't like it for bold. I think he has higher physical defense, so why make him bold? Okay, this is good. My HP Ninetales, not only can she set Sun, but she could also punish people for hitting her. No, I'm not a big fan of the bold build, Omar. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have both of them. I wouldn't... Like, I could definitely... Whatever. Bye-bye, Nine. That was... Whatever, I'm not gonna... You know what? The sack might be good. Alright, let's see what happens here. How fast is this cricket, by the way? Why do I feel like this cricket's like super, super fast? I'm quiver dancing. I don't care. I don't care. I'm quiver dancing. Now, the only thing it... Come on, man. Yeah, this guy's good, man. This is a decent player right here. I'll give him that. Sometimes I underestimate them. I think they're all suck, and they turn out some of them are pretty good. All right, let's see. Didn't Cheddar like to use this cricket? Uh, Omar, somebody who remembers. Yeah, I kind of remember that. Of course, you kept your Toxapex, right? Toxapex just has to stay, Omar, doesn't he? See, Omar, this is why I like this thing to be more specially defensive, because he could tank physical with his natural bulk. Like, if he does a jet punch, I'll tank it. And I can hit him with a stab hex that may kill him. Or I can cripple him with Willow. I'm going to hit him with a stab hex. But why would he do it? See, I'm so stupid. Why would he do a jet punch if that thing is slow as heck? See, not thinking. Why would I be thinking? He's got heavy duty boots on this boy? Alright. Alright, you want to play that game? You want to play that game with your heavy duty boy? Let's play that game. No, bold increases defense. Man. Calm is special D. Omar, get with it, man. Get with it, Omar. That's the worst play he could do. Bug Buzz? What a fool, man. No, yeah. No, but Omar, Smogan kind of says bold is the way you should go. I don't agree with Smogan. I think that's foolish. All right, now we're in for it, man. Can this thing's Jet Punch take out Charizard? It might not be able to. All right, let's go. Dude, really? Is Charizard that frail? Is Charizard really that frail that he can't take one Jet Punch? I understand. Unless the thing is choice banned, and he's probably choice banned. Stupid. Now what am I gonna get with this little baby and his little baby image there? He's gonna bring friggin' Rayquaza, Groudon, Kyogre. He's gonna bring all of them. Yeah, I don't agree with Smoking banning the dolphin. That's stupid. Smoking is not. I don't know. Sometimes I like them and sometimes they're dumb. I can understand like the trapping and shenanigans and stuff, but you're gonna really ban the dolphin? Like, why? Because he boosts or I don't know, man. I don't agree with it, Barkley, stop being a contrarian. You're always a contrarian. It's like I say left, you say right. Omar says up, Barkley says down. Why? You know what a contrarian is, Barkley? Well, Garganackle's a different story, though. Garganackle is actually truly annoying. And I could kind of understand. Garganackle is borderline broken. I could understand that. Yeah, see? So how does that make sense then, Barkley? If the Dolphin is an Uber, but Garganackle is OU. Meanwhile, Garganackle has literally builds that are almost invincible. If maybe invincible. Unless you're going against another Garganackle. You can't go by smoking, bro. I mean, I go by some of what they said. Like obviously with the stuff that takes away that adds high level of RNG. I'm not a big fan of like the one hit KO moves. Don't like them. But they also have very low accuracy. So all right, you know what? Hold on. We gotta fix my other team. I can't use it. If this boy doesn't have a focus sash, then this boy is not even useful. No. Omar, let's see what I need. I need Quaxwell. Boon Sweet. Mischievous. You Omar, you probably have some of these guys. Come Omar, Let's trade, Omar. Barkley wants me to get that shiny charm because all Barkley wants is that stupid roaring moon. You're just gonna have to tell me what. Oh yeah, right. The flooded main. I'm sorry. I would have been hunting for the roaring. Dude, if you didn't say flooded main, I probably would have been hunting for the roaring moon. Seriously. Omar, I'm trying to. Where are you, Omar? Come on, Omar. Real quick. I only need like 5 guys, Omar. It's not gonna be a long thing. Literally, I barely need anything. It's not like 50 guys. I really just need like a handful. That's all, Omar. That's all, Omar. Where are you, Omar? Okay. Give me that Galvantula back though. I need him. I'm just giving it to you because it looks like you don't have it. Rhonda? Who named her Rhonda? Why would you name her Rhonda? Well, here's Rhonda back, Omar. I don't know. Yeah, give me that Litten back too. Some of them you don't have to give back, but this one I want back. One thing, shiny. I'm sorry, but shiny Incineroar is ugly, dude. I give me a regular Incineroar any day. Any day of the week. Yo, I mean, Omar. No, that's not a bad take, Barkley. You just like shiny everything. I'm under the impression that you just like shiny at everything, which is just because it proves that you you roll big or in your pokey lineup. But me, C. Barkley, I'm a humble person. I don't care about the shinies that much. Yeah, give me that Porygon back. Yeah, even Omar says it's ugly. Dude, it's ugly. It's a dark Pokemon, and it's got Barkley. See, I knew you always disagree, but let me tell you something. Why do me and why do me and Omar not like it? I'll tell you why. Because it's a dark Pokemon with white, a bright white red. It looks weird, and it's a dark Pokemon. Like it doesn't go. Just like I'm not a big fan of shiny side. I don't really like it. I'm not a big fan of shiny Sizer. I'm not a big fan of a lot of shinies. Shiny Incineroar. Not a big fan of it. It's like a shiny Salazzle. Shiny Salazzle also. Not a fan of it. Yeah. Wait. Okay. Omar, I'm gonna give you my Blaziken. Actually, I can't even give it. I can't give them to you because they're registered. Give me back this. Give me back this Sinistry. Whatever. Yeah. Not a fit. Yeah. Shiny Dragonite's kind of like I don't know. He's a little funny too. I don't hate him though because he kind of reminds me of the Puff, the Magic Dragon a little bit. But Puff the Magic Dragon lives by the sea. Give me that King's. I want that King's game. All my guys in my doubles or my battle ready. I need these guys back because I have plans for them. Once I get outside of this stuff, Omar, you can keep you can keep the Pokemon I give you once outside. King's Gambit. I thought Barkley gave you like all the Pokemon. What did he give you, like 10 Pokemon last night? Omar, you want to keep the Klefki? You can. I don't care. Omar, keep the Klefki. Now we're just going to trade and keep, alright? You got it. Oh, come on. 1268, 1268. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough, Barkley. You can keep the Klefki. I don't want it. Keep all the Pokemon. Every Pokemon I trade you, you keep. Unless I tell you otherwise. What is wrong with this game? I don't even think this is the internet right now. I think it's the game. I think it's seriously the game. Look at this. Please press the home button to end the game. Like, what kind of error is that, dude? I have to literally look. I'm. What a joke. I was giving you a clef key, bro. Like, what, a hacked clef key? I don't even know who gave it to me. I'm gonna try it again. If it's again, then you're right, Omar. We try the same thing again, then you're right. Same trade again, Omar. If it happens, then you're. No, no, no. Try it again, Omar. 1268, 1268. I'm actually curious now. I'm really curious. Omar. No, for some reason, I blame it on this service. Look, I caught it, so it's not me. Look at you. You're all right away blaming the game. Hack Pokemon, hack Pokemon. No, 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 no. It's the game has issues. Spaghetti code. That's what it's called. Not hack Pokemon. It's called spaghetti code. No, that wasn't an internet crash, Omar. That was a hard crash where I had to go into the home menu to close the game. It's not internet. Oh, I'm sure it is, Bart. I'm sure the old The old Integra 2013 chip just runs so much better than the Switch 2, right? It runs as good as your iPhone, right? You type in the chat. All right, what are we at here? All right, Puccina. I don't know, man. You don't have to give me the Puccina back, Omar. Keep it. This is a false box. Yes. All right, thanks. I'm pretty sure we'll cover most of it. You need this guy back, Omar? Yeah, that's your battle ready, right? Yeah, we only need the main decks, Omar. How come you're sending me stuff from like? Why are we doing this? We're gonna take forever doing this. All right, just take the spiky ball back. Take back the spiky fish. Jake caught us. What are the names on these guys? All right, Omar. Let's start looking at where they're from. How do we see them? Is there a way to, or do we have to like literally check some things? I think I'm pretty sure this guy is in the regular deck. Mm-hmm. Hold on. No, Omar, check your Pokedex too, Omar. Don't be lazy. All right. So I need number 8. Quacks, whatever. I need 114. 130. I'm just typing it in also. 46. 227. 277. Uh, 302 and 306. 339. 381. 789. Wow. 93, 96, 98. That's it. These are literally, these are all the ones I'm missing. I just typed it in. Should I have entered their names? Wait. Okay, hold on. What was the one? 387? I probably should have went back. Yeah. Looks like a Tyranitar. Is that Tyranitar? Yeah, right? No, what is this? The ancient Tyranitars? There's a guy in here that needs like a Ditto. I could give you a Ditto. Give me a second, NEKK, if you hang around. Yeah, I need that snail, that ancient snail, ugly firefish. What is this, like an ancient god of weir or something? I don't know. Yeah, I need the friggin' ancient magnetrons. This is in my game. I could probably catch this. I see them flying, floating around. To be honest. Yeah, I'll get that one. 306, Barkley. Oh no, that's just a Dragapult. That's the second evolution. Why don't I have that? 277. What is this boy again? Oh no, that's the friggin' evolution to Begon. Yeah. But then again, I don't think uh, I'm gonna go hunt. I'm gonna go hunt Sandy Shocks real quick because I can get him. Wait, is that guy next still here? I may have a Ditto for him. He's English, so any Ditto would help, right? You want a 5 IV Ditto? Wait, but oh, this is a 5 IV 0 speed. That's pretty good. 6 IV. Yeah. I'll give you this 5 IV Ditto if you want. Omar, you need like so many, man. Jeez, Omar. Omar, you don't even catch Pokemon, do you? You just like walk around. I think Omar just bum rushes through the game and doesn't even catch Pokemon. Seriously, at least I catch them, man. God, Omar. Yeah, Omar, you didn't catch any Pokemon, Omar. You seriously like, Omar, Omar, you're like a dude. You're like the Gen Z. You really are the definition of Gen Z, Omar. I swear. You watch your videos 2, 3 times faster on YouTube. You don't catch Pokemon. You speed rush through everything. You are Gen Z, dude. Omar, you're a character. You know who's the funniest? You know how I knew Omar you were like that when I played Ark with you? And you and Silent were literally putting beds all over the map to just die. Look, this is what he did, Barkley. Him and his friend there, his Gen Z friend, they put beds all over an arc map, okay, that I took the coordinates off of so we could try to be real survivalists. And they put these beds all over the map just so they can kill themselves and teleport all around the map. Like, what is the point of surviving if you're gonna do that? Like, that's I don't. That blew my mind. That was like another level, Omar. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it's like then we might as well just have coordinates at that point. We might as well just like I don't know, Omar. Like where's the sense of adventure, man? It's like, oh, I'm just gonna poison myself and teleport across the map everywhere. That's some Gen Z stuff, Omar. That's some mid max. That's some min max Gen Z stuff on steroids, Omar. I hope you're slowing down a little bit. Jeez, Omar. Eh, sometimes Omar, it's not Omar. It's not about the end of the journey. It's about the journey. You ever heard that story? It's not about getting to the top of the cliff. It's about climbing up the cliff. Because if you just want to get to the end all the time, you miss everything. So many buildings. Definitely could get a shiny Golduck right now if I wanted to hunt one, which I would never want to hunt one. Hey, is Alakazam in the game? No way, right? The Abras and stuff, they're not in the game, right? I kind of like them. All right, I think the Magnets hangs out down here. Anybody want a shiny Garchomp? Definitely hangs out down here. Oh, come on, get away from me, you friggin' ugly, you ugly, scary Jigglypuff. Oh yeah, shiny Garchomp is the worst, Omar. I agree with you there. There's like no difference, right, Omar? Does shiny Garchomp even look different? Like, was he a little more fuller or something? Like his color's a little more full, right? Yeah, no, I don't like shiny Garchomp. That's a shiny I would never care for. I know Barkley would probably have to have one, but honestly, eh, it's a waste of time, Pocky Man. A waste of time. Barkley, I just think you like shinies for status, to be honest. It's like it's like you're showing off your Rolex in a way. A shiny Glimora we can definitely get down here, that's for sure. They're pretty cool, actually. I kind of like the shiny Glimoras are kind of cool, to be honest. I keep thinking the sparkles are things I could pick up. Hold on, let me fly up. Why do I feel like the magnets are more up? I thought I saw magnets up. Let's go up a bit. Dude, if Barkley hunts the shiny Garchomp, I will be 100% convinced that Barkley just wants shiny everything. Alright, there's a roaring moon up here. The only thing is, like, how would I catch like something like that for you, Barkley? There's not many of them. Like, what's the trick to catching like a roaring moon shiny? Would I have to like save and shut off the switch? Like, what would no? Or just reset picnics over and over for one particular Pokemon? Like, how do you do this? If you like say that like if you're just going for a roaring moon where you don't really see too many of them. Well, let me just first look for this magnet. Last time I saw a magnitude like up here somewhere. The Paradox Pokemon are so ugly sometimes. Some of them are actually kind of cool, though, to be honest. I don't like the Magnetron. He looks ugly, man. And Slitherwing looks ugly. But the Iron Moth looks cool. It has to be down here, dude. They're in these caves. It's not outside. Man, I should have caught it when I saw it, man. I saw the stupid thing and I never caught it. What? No. Wait, I could catch another. I could catch another one of these guys. Really? I'm gonna leave him here, dude. I'm leaving him. Once I catch him, he's gone, right? So I'm leaving him here. There's no need for me to have him right now. Another one. I feel like I was just up here though. Wait, do I have the Garchomp, the middle Garchomp thing? For some reason, I don't think I do, but let's see. Oh, this is annoying as heck, dude. Let's take a look. I may not have this guy. No, I do. Never mind. It's the middle Salamence. I don't. Do I have this thing? Dude, I can't find this thing. I don't know, man. I'm about to give up. I'm not having fun right now, dude. Just wasting all this time to look for one friggin' magnet, whatever. What do you mean, like in the grass area? Like out of the cave, you mean? Like here? Alright, I thought I saw them in caves, though. Belly Bolt. That's not a shine. For some reason, he looked like a shiny first. Maybe I'm lighting. pretty sure I need this guy. I'm pretty sure I need this guy. The middle salt thing. Yep. Yeah, I know. Well, what's surprising anymore? Is it surprising, Omar? If Diddy didn't have the money he had, he would be in jail. That's it. Bottom line. When you have money, you're above the law, man. That's it. That's the moral of the American dream. No, it doesn't mean that, Omar. You know how you know how it works, right? There's all right. I see it. I see it. There's jury. There's juries, Omar. There's juries. Whatever reason, his lawyer is a very good lawyer and made him look not guilty to the jury. Maybe Diddy also, because of his money, paid off some people. You never know. Like we think that everything's honest. The guy's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He could have had literally people show up to these people's houses and be like, "Look, you put in a good word for me, and we'll take care of your relatives." Blah blah blah. They do this, and people say, "Oh, they don't do that. They don't do that crazy." Yes, they do. It's already been proven. We live in a corrupt world, dude. But that's it. Accept it, Omar. Thinking like everybody's a nice guy. Yeah, okay. When there's hundreds of millions of dollars and somebody says, "Listen, hey, we know that you're Aunt Beverly. We know that Aunt Beverly is on the jury. And Aunt Beverly, we could really make her life very easy for her for the rest of her life. And it won't cost us anything. But Aunt Beverly has to just be a little open minded to the case." And then all of a sudden they Venmo Aunt Beverly some money. And next thing you know, hey, Diddy, maybe he didn't really do anything. Baby oil's not a crime. I'm waiting for Barkley to come back with his rebuttal. He likes to do that, so let's wait, Omar. No, Barkley, you always come back with some sort of like argument, so I'm waiting for your argument. But see, Barkley, you can't win anymore. You know why I'm going to tell you this? I'm going to really be like a confusing person to you. Barkley, I now I'm under the opinion, or the impression rather, that you are going to start agreeing with me because I already made the claim that you disagree with me a lot. That's like it's like a double negative, right? Like two negatives equal positive. So you can't win, Barkley. Ha 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 ha. I got this stupid Pokemon. I'm done over here, dude. I'm sorry, Barkley. I'm just being a bull buster, really. All right. All right, cool, man. Thanks. And you could teach me uh how to catch the flutter, man. Hell no, Mar. Do I probably have to eat like a sandwich, right, to summon these things, and then save it, and then eat like a spicy Mystica or something? I don't know. I have a feeling you're gonna make me do something like that. I think. All right, if that's the case, then that could be relatively easy. All right. I'll be right back. All right. I would have to catch that. I could probably do it, Omar. I'd have to catch that one I just saw. Was previous in the power box. Register. We're getting there, right? This thing is so ugly. All right, you need this thing back, right? Are you giving me a shiny card, Joe? Wow, that's funny. Maybe I'll turn it into a well, maybe I'll turn it into like a utility Garchomp. I am kind of like, oh, it's hacked. Never mind. I don't even. You think it's hacked? Forget it. Wait, let me. Hold on a second. Okay, so you want to see my Pokedex, right? All right. So so 387, which is like the Iron Thorns, I guess. 389. For some reason, I need Baxcalibur. 398. That might be it. Let me see. 5, 6. Yeah. Wait, I just need two, actually. No, wait. Why does it say I need three? Oh, never mind. It means I battled. I battled 397. Oh, 146 I need too. Alright, we're good, man. That's it, I think. You got them all, I think, right? Or you need me to go do it again? Alright, funny. What are you doing, Omar? Are you catching Pokemon? Good boy, Omar. No, no. Yo, what's up with some of these overweight people, man? Look at this guy. He looks like a real dad bod, boy. Look at him. Look, same guy over here. Look, he's over here now. Hey, how'd you get over here? You were all the way over there, guy. That's because there's so many of them down there. And you probably just have, with your shiny charm, a pretty good rate of seeing one. What I'm gonna do? We're gonna get all my food to fit. And I'm gonna do it the slow way, so far away from Barkley. Omar, you like making sandwiches, no? Well, I got 50 of them now. Onions, tomato, green peppers, and hamburgers. Onion, tomato. Right. Onions, tomato, green peppers. The red onion, Barkley. 'Cause I'm just doubling. I'm doubling up now. All right, I got 100 of each one of those. Okay, Barkley. sorry. I don't know. I'm breathing into the mic and stuff. I don't need to do that. Wow. Just by running around the area 0 with the shiny charm, right? That's crazy. Yeah, they made shinies a lot easier to get this gen, huh? Omar, where are you? I mean, maybe I'll enjoy shiny hunting if it's really not that bad, you know? I mean, I always kind of hated it because I felt like all it was the digital image and didn't really affect the game, which it doesn't. But if it's actually doable, like if I see outbreaks like this, maybe I'll hunt them then. I don't know, just for the heck of it. Give me something else to do, I guess. Oh, that's what you're supposed to do. You gotta catch them all. That's in the theme song. I wanna be the very best, like no one's ever seen. Boom, boom, boom. To catch them is my real quest. To train them is my cause. I travel across the land, searching far and wide. Bow, bow, bow. These Pokemon are mine. Something, something, and Pokemon. Oh, yep. Well, what am I offline? Really? I'm sorry, Barkley. I didn't know I was offline. And they should really give you like an option to turn that on in the trade menu, though. You know what I mean, dude? That's like archaic. You need this guy back, dude. This God of War looks so cool. I want to keep him. Cool, thank you. Yeah, he does look cool. This guy looks cool too. Some of the Paradox look really cool, man. I gotta say, and some of them are ugly as heck. I like the futuristic ones. Like the futuristic ones look cool. I don't like the ones from my game as much. Like the ancient one, you know what I mean? Like they don't look as good. So what is Violet supposed to be like in the future, and like Scarlet was in the past? Because Scarlet looks like caveman Pokemon. Oh come on, dude! Wait, was that me? Damn, Omar, you have like no patience. Omar, I think that's a Gen Z issue. I'm dead serious, Omar. I think the Gen Zers have like no patience, Omar. That's why you watch videos like 3 times the speed. I'm telling you, Omar, it's something in your generation like doesn't want to wait for anything. Omar, wait till you get older and you have to wait on the DMV line, the Department of Motor Vehicle. Omar, wait till you wait on that line, or when you go to doctor offices and you gotta wait for a freaking hour. Omar, life is waiting, Omar. You're gonna see it when you get older. You're not used to it now. Life is straight up waiting, Omar. Omar, do you have the catching charm? Because I think after like 5 Ultra Balls, you should catch most things if you have the catching charm. Hmm, that's crazy. What about false swipe? Do false swipe? I mean, nobody really does false swipe. We all say we do, but nobody does. I don't make special Pokemon just for catching. Is that it now? Am I done? Am I actually done? Yeah, we're done. Thank you, Barkley. You have been great help. And Omar, you helped. Wow. All the Pokemon. Come on, Omar. Look, it ain't that bad, Omar. I did it many times. All right, Barkley. Yeah, I'm tired too, Barkley. But tomorrow, what I'll do, or even when I'm laying in. All right. I mean, when I lay in bed, I can hunt the thing too. So. All right. Let me just get the shiny. Really? This is the reward? Wait, Omar, why are you struggling so much with jump bluff? Homer, don't like it. Who am I supposed to talk to? You? What are you talking about, dude? I'm outside. I'm here. I'm here, Barkley. Man. Jump off here? But I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste a herpes right this second. Until I do this right. All right. All right. Let's do it then. I guess. All right. I'll do it. Barkley. It's fine. But I really didn't want to start. I really didn't want to start hunting it right this second. I was gonna hunt it in bed. What do we do? Not the Herba Mysticas. Yeah. Tomato, onion, green bell pepper, and hamburger. Correct. Jam. Okay, jam. Why jam on a hamburger? What are you typing? You just said jam. Oh, okay. Why is this burger so much? Which herb is? Any herb? Nah. It's gotta be a certain kind, no? Tell me which one to pick then. sweet. I pick one sweet. Can't become a sweet and sour. Two sweets? Can I pick two sweets? I don't want to waste my... Okay. Two spices? Okay. That's fine? Like that? And the pick doesn't matter, right? It's fine. We got all the ingredients. I like to make a full sandwich, Barkley. Alright. Alright, now what? Jump down there? Okay, I don't know where the flood of main... Do you know where the flood of main would spawn, though? Like, in the cave or outside? And let me ask you, when I see it then, is there a trick? Is there a trick to it once I see it, Barkley? Like a picnic reset? Did you hear what I said, Barkley? Like, is there a pick? Is there a trick, though, once I see it, Barkley? I remember seeing one down here. I caught one down here. Like, right over here. No trick. Why would there be no trick, Barkley? And why don't I see one Pokemon of any kind? This is so weird. Oh! Wow! Here it is, Barkley, for you. That quick! Wow! Oh, you're lucky. You're a lucky. You're a lucky boy. What? What ball, Barkley? What ball you wanted in? All right, Barkley. I'm only doing this because, um, yeah, but am I gonna be? Am I gonna be? Hold on a second. Hold on. Am I gonna be wasting like these things like crazy though? I mean, I don't care. Whatever. We'll try. Oh. I'm helping you, Barkley, only because you helped me. That's what friends do, Barkley. The RNG gods, they don't like you so much. But Barkley, hold on a second. So is wait, Barkley, hold on a second. How did this happen, Barkley? Is it Barkley? Hold on a second. Hold on, Barkley. Wait, it's not making sense to me. Why are there no Pokemon down here and only the Fluttermane? Like, how did this even happen, Barkley? Like, if I use a sandwich, that'll always happen. Like, it cancels out all the other Pokemon. In the area zero. I'm gonna give it to you right now, Barkley. So just gotcha. 1268, 1268. Dude, that was the easiest shiny I ever caught in my life. Tell me not, Barkley. And Barkley, you just saved me a lot of time. I could play wrestling the rest of the night because I was I was gonna do this for you all night. Yeah, I'll trade you the Scarlet exclusives on. But I don't want to do that tonight, Omar. I'm burnt out already, bro. Omar, collect your decks first. Yeah, Barkley, tell Omar to collect the decks first, and then I'll do it for him. I'm burnt out, dude. Yo, this was dope, Barkley. Everything worked like perfectly, right? Cool, dude.
Dude, that was like so dope. Dude, that's God right there, Barkley. I know you don't think so, but that's God. I'm telling you, dude. God just blessed you, Barkley, for helping me get the whole decks and gave you a shiny flutter mane right in the first. I'm telling you, it's God, Barkley. You may not think so, but I do believe things like that. You think I'm crazy, Barkley, but no, that was God right there, Barkley. God works like that, Barkley. He works in ways like he rewards people that like do nice things for people. Don't think he doesn't do that, Barkley. Like you went out of your way for me, and look how fast that happened. It may seem like that's just RNG to you. I don't think it is. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. I've had these type of things happen to me, Barkley, all the time. Like, okay, I'm telling you, Barkley, I really did. When I got baptized, right? I literally got a 1 out of like 8,000 chance card on 2K that very day, right before the baptism. A Larry Bird card. It's just weird. It's like weird things like that happen. Like my Nintendo Switch 2, I'm gonna tell you right now, Barkley, I never paid $1 for it. People don't understand that, but I'm gonna I can explain that in great detail another time, but it's God, Omar. That was really God, and nothing illegal, by the way. Now, I'm not saying that God just gives you material things. I'm not saying that. That's not why we believe in God. We don't believe in God to get things. You're not supposed to ask for things, but God works in mysterious ways. I think if you start asking God for things, I don't think God likes that too much. My opinion. He wants you to seek Him and have a relationship. He probably left. I bet you Barkley left. He didn't want to hear the preaching. All right, that's fine, Homer. Yeah, but it's not really. It's meant for um. Okay, Omar. But if you see, there's also other verses. You can't take a verse out of context. A verse, you have verses in the Bible that say, "Seek first the kingdom of God, and all things needed will be provided." Right? So you got to kind of pair that with that verse. And when we ask for things, we're not asking for wants, okay? Because if you go to Psalm 23, it says, "The Lord is my shepherd; thou shalt not want." Okay? Go to Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd; thou shalt not want. You're not asking for your wants. But if you seek the kingdom and you seek relationship with Jesus Christ, you understand what sin is, and you understand why He came down and why all this happened. If you really have a relationship with God, um, and you read the Gospels and you go to church and you seek it, I believe He can bless you. Now, does He always bless you? No. Sometimes He may give you a trial. You see, it's all about your heart. Why are you in church? Are you in church because you want to get things? Because I think the people who go to church to try to get things they don't get anything, in my opinion. But the people who go to church with a sincere heart because they want to learn more about God, um, I think He blesses people. Yes. That doesn't work like that, Omar. God doesn't care about your success, Omar. God doesn't. He cares about salvation. He wants you to go out preaching the gospel to people, letting them know that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. The only way, the truth, and the life. He doesn't care if you have $1 million or $10 million. Okay. Some of the most atheistic, blasphemous people in the world are more successful than anything. And if you read the gospel, like I told you to do, you'll see how the devil tempts Jesus and says you can have all the kingdoms of Jerusalem, and Jesus didn't take it. And that would have been success for Jesus. But Jesus is like, no, he says, get away from me, Satan. You see that the world and money, God even says in the book of Matthew, this is why you got to read the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Jesus Christ says himself, you can't have two masters. You can't serve God and serve money. It's impossible. You see what I'm saying, Omar? So, like, you can ask God to give you wisdom and help you become successful, like not for money reasons, but because you want to have a family, or maybe you want to move up in the world. But you also, if you're gonna ask for those type of things, I think you should be seeking Him heavily, because those are heavy requests. So if you're gonna ask for heavy requests, I believe you should be seeking the Lord heavily. And money should not be all the, and success is not all you want in this world. Whoever tells you that, and I know there's a lot of prosperity false teachers out there that brag about money all the time, but at the end of the day, Omar, when you're sick and you die, and we're all going to die one day, are you taking any of that money in the grave? No, that's it. Your life is expired. The grass withers and the flowers fade. Man's days are numbered, right? Just like the grass, man comes and goes. He's a flower in the field one day and he's gone the next, right? That's in Psalm 103. You're not taking your money with you, Omar. See what I'm saying, Omar? So yes, you can knock and he'll answer. Ask and you shall receive, right? But I really don't believe in my heart that that's meant for material things as much as you think. It's meant for more of the attributes of to be more Christ-like, to be more loving, or to be more wise. Um, you know, uh, uh, success to a degree, right? Like yes, you can pray for like that the Lord will make, will help you pass your tests and stuff because you're investing a lot of time and stuff like that, and you want to go places. But and I don't think that's a bad prayer, but you just have to be careful, like asking, like, "Oh, I want to pray to God for millions of dollars," and like stupid. People do that, Omar, and they're they live in like this pipe dream that God is a genie. Okay, God is not their personal genie. Okay, it doesn't work like that. And anybody that teaches that message is not teaching a proper Christianity. It's actually it's a wicked message, to be honest. Okay, Omar, if you were on a boat, okay, it's a different fear than fearing the devil, okay? The devil is the prince of the air. He's the accuser, the liar. He gives you doubt, all that stuff, right? Death, decay, destruction, all comes from sin. Now, what does it mean to fear God? Okay, if you are on a boat and you don't know how to swim, you never knew how to swim, are you going to dive into the ocean with nobody else to help you there and learn how to swim right there by yourself? Are you going to go into the ocean and say, "Oh, I'm going to try to swim today. I'm in the middle of the ocean. Nobody's here, and I'm going to swim because I could just do whatever I want"? Are you going to do that? Would a normal person do that? Yes or no? Okay. So, in a way, that means you're fearing the ocean. What kind of fear are you showing the ocean? You're showing the ocean a reverence, an awe inspired fear, because this is a huge ocean. This is big and waves and powerful. You're fearing the power of the ocean to know better than to do that. It doesn't mean you're afraid of the ocean, but you understand its power, right? With great power comes great responsibility. The good old fashioned Spider-Man quote, right? With great power comes good responsibility. Okay, you have to be responsible when there's power like that. That's what fearing God means. You fear his reverence. You don't fear the devil like that. People will fear the devil because they're afraid of anxiety, curses, and the possessions, blah 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 blah. God don't want you to fear the devil. He wants you to stand up to the devil, resist the devil, and he will flee. That's a verse in the New Testament. But when we fear the Lord, it's showing respect. So we don't say the Lord's name in vain. How many people you see that say Jesus, God, D-A-M-N, Jesus, right? They say Jesus' name in vain all the time. That's not fearing God. That's using God's name like you're almost like damning God in a sense, or like you're like, damn it, Jesus, C-H-R-I-S-T, or damn it, G, damn it, G, damn it, and it's like what you're doing there is you're not showing any fear to your Maker, or the one who in the universe that can make or break everything. You're not showing fear, reverence. You're showing like you don't give a crap. You see, and that's not fearing the Lord. That's showing you that you don't care. Does that make sense? Like, look at a fire, Omar. If you had a big barn fire, and you'd be like, "Wow, that's a pretty cool fire. That's awesome. Look at it." Are you gonna say, "Oh, yeah, well, this fire can't do nothing to me. Who cares about this stupid fire? Let me. You know what? I'm just gonna put my hand right in the fire." You gonna do that? Are you gonna be so stupid that you're not gonna fear the fire and put your hand in it? But you would think that's stupidity, right? But it's actually it is stupidity, and that's why it's stupidity um to not fear God. Think about how much more stupid it is to not fear your Creator, who can literally send an asteroid to the planet if he wanted to. Like, that's the whole idea of God. It's not that we fear him because he's a mean tyrant of a god. We fear his power and his ability. He's omnipotent, omnipresent, eternal. Okay, we are fragile humans that get cancers and die and heart attacks and live. Luckily, if we live 70 to 80 years, maybe max, we don't. Of course, we should fear him and respect him in that fear. Now, as for the devil, no, we don't fear the devil because why? Because we have God on our side. And God is the creator of even the devil. The devil doesn't create anything. He just rebelled against the Lord. That's it. Got another one. Nope. They don't have a redemption plan, Omar. The redemption plan has only been given to human beings. Omar, you got to really learn more about this stuff because you're asking questions that like even like 10-year-olds would know in Bible study. And I'm not trying to make fun of you, but what I'm saying is, like, if you really love God and you wanna get to know God, you gotta read the Gospels. You gotta. That's why I'm trying to teach you to slow down with things. Don't be so quick. Slow down with things. Listen to good pastors. I can give you a list of good pastors to listen to. Try to go to a real church, even if people get mad. Don't let people know what you're doing. I'm sure your mom won't care, and I'm sure your grandparents would love you going to church. Maybe you have to hide that from your brother, or maybe you have to hide that from your sister, or somebody who may open their mouth. But honestly, Omar, that's a pretty good question, Omar. But no, he doesn't have that ability. No, none of the fallen angels can ask for forgiveness. They're not. They're celestial beings, Omar, and they were created. They one third of them rebelled against God before the heavens and the earth, and they were eternal beings. Okay, they were blameless in their way, but because true love and trust does require a free will element. Just like you can't force two people to stay married, right? You stay married because you love the person. But what did the devil do, Omar? The devil showed no fear to God and wanted to be higher than his creator, even though the devil can't create anything. And that was a rebellion. Does that make sense, Omar? Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure you will. I honestly, Omar, heaven is a mystery. We don't really know much what's going to happen there. But people, look. I mean, you can listen to some heaven testimonies that are okay. Some of them you got to use a grain of salt. There's a guy named Randy Kay, and he does a lot of near death experiences, like Christ centered near death experiences, and he actually has the highest interviews of near death experiences. Um, on I think on YouTube, like 1,000 of them or something. And the guy himself he was dead for 45 minutes. Okay, now he had like no oxygen in his brain. Now my dad also was dead for 40 something minutes, and he didn't come back from it, but this guy did. Now these guys are telling the truth. They have like hospital records and stuff, and some of them said they explain a lot of the stuff, and it's very interesting, Omar. Like some of these videos, you would really like them, but some of them are a little stupid. You got to like kind of some of them. I think the people could be lying a little bit for like clout or whatever, but some of them are really good, Omar. You know what I mean, Omar? And some of the things that they see, Omar, will blow your mind. Like one lady, like I'm yeah, Omar. I'm gonna get you one here. This is for you, Omar. This one's for you. I'll tell you the truth, Omar. It's pretty easy to catch these. I think. I think they're all gonna be shiny in the cave area, unless I'm just getting super lucky. Maybe God's rewarding me because I'm preaching. I don't know. Yeah, but Omar, I'm a firm believer in God. I know Barkley maybe doesn't, or maybe Barkley does, or he's not sure. I know a lot of people are like that, but Omar, I've been through enough stuff. Omar, the reason you don't know if you're doing it right is because you're not putting enough time into it. See, to have ears to hear and eyes to see, you really got to dedicate a good amount of time to it. You got to read the Gospels. You got to put God first in a way, right? Like you can't put gaming first. Like you know how many times I'll game, but I'm always looking at sermons and stuff like that. You know what I mean, Omar? You know, you gotta put God in a high place in your heart, Omar. Like even when you type the word God, you should always use a capital G. Okay, like the fact that you don't even do that, like You'll never see me type God with a lowercase g or Jesus. Like, you show respect like that. I'm not saying that doesn't mean salvation, but what I'm saying is that's how we honor him, is leaving the little things like that. Now, I don't think that bothers God that much, but what I'm saying is you showing reverence and respect when you do that. Omar, we live in bad times, Omar. Like, seriously, people don't realize, like, most of what's happening, Omar, is um most of what's happening, Omar, in this world today, is very scary. Okay, everything that, like, the Bible has said is, like, coming true. Okay, that's why you have all these crazy, all these, like, I'm not even gonna say crazy. I'm gonna say there's, like, a lot of legit. Oh, I thought I froze. There's a lot of legit Christian channels out there that are starting to really think like the end times might be coming soon. And I'm being serious, Omar. And I'm like, I don't know, man. It could be. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no. We're not supposed to look at dates and stuff like that, right? But there's a lot of craziness in the world, Omar. From the whole Israel, Iran, the Hamas and Israel, and all this peace stuff that's supposedly happening right now. The Bible predicted that too, that there was going to be peace for a short time after, like, a major event with Israel and the rest of the world. And then, you know what the Bible says? Russia, Gog and Magog, is going to come in. Now, I'm kind of nervous that Russia and China are going to be the next to do something. So if you start to see these things happen, that is exactly what the Bible kind of says, Omar. So, like, this is why, like, I'm paying heavy attention to world events. Okay? Israel and Iran were only the start of things. So funny. I got 3 shiny flutter mains, dude. All right. I'm gonna. Yeah, Omar, I got a gift for you. And Omar, like, seriously, when I wanted to talk to you with my friend Brother Rich the other day on the phone, you should have took it, man. The guy knows the word of God like even better than I do, dude. And, like, I know okay, but he really knows it. And like, he's been 35 years a Christian, dude. And he could really teach you some good stuff, Omar. You gotta be willing. You gotta be willing to sit under this stuff and learn. That's what God wants. He wants a relationship. He doesn't want you just to, not know how to do it. Like, I don't know how to do it. Faith comes by hearing. Hearing comes by preaching, right? That's what we learn in the Bible. It's in the New Testament. So faith comes by hearing. Hearing comes by preaching the word of God. And if you don't hear preaching, how are you going to have faith? And you got to have sound preaching, right? Because there's a lot of, like, Joel Olstein's out there that never go. Omar, when I tell you, stay far away from Joel Olstein or T.D. Jakes or any of those people. Anybody like that, you stay far away from. They're false teachers. They don't even know the Gospels, anything. You get what I'm saying, Omar? They make a mockery of the church. Paula White, all of them. They make a mockery of the church. Do not Benny Hinn, none of them. All right, guys, you want to listen to John Piper, Pastor John MacArthur, the guy you were talking about. I'm not doing it tonight. No way. All right, we'll do it another time. I just gave you a shiny, Omar. Yeah, John Piper, Cliff Nechtel, the guy you listen to, Cliff Nechtel, he's fine. He's pretty good. But he's more of an apologist, Omar. Okay? Apologists, you got to realize with apologists, Omar, is that they're more about like the debating aspect. It's like a rap battle. Right. But it's like a rap battle, Omar. You're not going to learn so much from Cliff Nechtel. Like, you'll learn, but he's defending his belief. But he's not really. I don't want to say he's not bringing people to Christ. He can be, but he's more about defending his belief. He's not a pastor, okay, Omar? He's an apologist. Christian apologists, they defend their belief. Why are they Christian apologists? Because Peter says, in the book of Peter, Peter says to defend the hope that lies within you. If anybody questions why you believe in God. If anybody questions why you believe in God, be quick and ready to defend the hope that lies within you. That's a Bible verse written 2,000 years ago. So this is why you have apologists, Christian apologists, because a lot of people attack Christianity. They want to say there's no such thing as God, or they'll say Islam is the right way, or they'll say Buddhism is the right way, and really Christianity is way more evidence and way before those other religions. Okay, so that's just what I'm telling you. Now, and an interesting note is all these other religions, they talk about Jesus Christ. Islam talks about Jesus, not as God, but they talk about him as a very high prophet. Buddhism talks about Jesus as an ascended master. Okay? When you start to see all these ancient religions mention Jesus Christ, how come they don't mention Muhammad or Allah or any of these other things? Why do they all mention Jesus? Every ancient religion, like many of them, tends to acknowledge Jesus as an important figure. And in Christianity, Jesus is God in the flesh. Okay? Now, why don't to me, I always find that interesting that all these other religions will put Jesus on a high pedestal, but yet these other religions don't talk about anyone else. But then it's like you start to say to yourself, well, I want to know who this Jesus Christ is from the source material. Because if everybody talks about him, who is this man? Omar, look up the Shroud of Turin. That Shroud of Turin, that relic, has 600,000 hours with 102 academic sciences studying it. Okay? Rocket scientists from Los Alamos, S4 and Area 51, that area, they worked on the very B-2 bombers that dropped the bunker busters, okay, on Iran. These are rocket scientists and avionic engineers. They wanted to try to recreate the burial linen burial cloth of Jesus Christ, and they can't do it. They can't understand how that shroud is an X-ray. It's the first ever photo-negative imprint of a person on a linen cloth, and it dates back 2,000 years. And guess who it's of? The crucified man, with almost identical wounds and scarrings and scourges with blood, actual blood samples on it, the AB type blood that they actually measured all sorts of things. Omar, 2,000-year-old pollen samples that go back to ancient Jerusalem, right in the Judea region. Guess what? Guess who comes from Judea? Jesus Christ. There's so much evidence that say that there's a lot more. You can even, I challenge you, Omar. Talk to ChatGPT about the Shroud of Turin and really have it break it down. To give it give me the pros and cons of the Shroud of Turin. There's going to be some cons, don't get me wrong. They're going to talk about the 1300 fire incident with the corner was burned, whatever. But look at the pros and cons of the Shroud of Turin and see what AI says. And then at the end of the day, say, is the Shroud of Turin genuine or not? Because the AI is not going to give you a clear answer. They're going to say it's an enigma. You could say, is the Shroud of Turin an enigma? An enigma means it's something we can't understand. But why is there the most studied religious artifact in the entire world of Jesus Christ. Isn't that interesting? I find that fascinating. No other man. Now you can say what you want to that, Omar, but people could be skeptical all they want, but I know in my heart that Jesus is real. And honestly, like when I see people like who think they know everything and try to like be atheistic and stuff like that, I just think they don't want to hold accountability to anything. They don't want to be told what to do. They don't want to respect uh, God. They rather respect postmodern cultures and stuff like that. And that's what I feel is a problem a lot of times. It's not about people think they're know-it-alls, right? Because they're good at something. Oh, I'm good in a video game, or I'm good at the piano, or I'm good in science, so therefore I don't need God. But a lot of people that deal with traumas and real things in life, um, a lot of times they find God because of that. Because when you get convicted with real life things, you can go two ways. You can blame God. Why did God do this to me? Or you can understand God and respect Him and pour more of your heart into God. And I've seen both. I've seen friends of mine that deny God because of a traumatic experience that happened to their father, their dad. And I've seen other people I know that embrace God because their daughter got cancer and died. And in her deathbed, the daughter said that she like she saw God, or she knows He's real, and then all of a sudden the parents became Christians. Okay, so there's like different type of stuff like that you see. And people say, "Oh, it could just be hallucinations." I don't think it's all hallucinations. I think there's stuff in this world that we don't understand. You know that because you talk to your physics teacher. We can't explain molecules on a subatomic level. We can't explain what dark matter is. We don't have a good grasp on gravity. We don't really understand the speed of light the way we'd like to think we do. We don't know why there's impossible galaxies. We don't. We could keep going down the list, right? I mean, how much stuff could we go down the list that we truly don't know? We don't understand evolution properly. No single-cell organism has ever turned into a multi-cell organism in front of us. We've never seen the birth of stars, but we've seen many stars collapse, which is called novas and supernovas. Now, you could look this. Honestly, Omar, you could look this stuff up. And your universities, the universities and the schools, Omar, they're not going to focus on this stuff. They just focus about, postmodern culture, gender is now a construct. Talk to people by pronouns because this is the way the world is now. And, be a good little student, Omar, and get your degree, which is good and all. You want to get your degree. But honestly, Omar, as you get your degree, don't give up your true belief systems like that your grandparents have and stuff. Because the people of the past, all right, but they labored for thousands of years to bring forth the gospel. They died. They risked their life to bring forth the gospel. Okay, they got their heads cut off, dragged through friggin' India, etc. All sorts of things. I'm sorry, dragged through Jerusalem even. Right? So look at this. Israel cut off the head of John the Apostle's brother James and dragged it through Jerusalem. The very Israel that was bombing Iran dragged one of the disciples' heads through Jerusalem. Like, this is the type of stuff that the Christians went through, Omar. You still here, Omar, with me? You listening, or am I talking to nobody? It says I got one viewer here. I hope you're listening. Anyway, but this is the stuff that the disciples went through. They got killed, murdered, okay? They got killed for their faith in Jesus Christ. They died. All of them died. Why would 11 of them die, with the exception of the Apostle John, who got sent to an island called Patmos as like an outcast in his 90s, like. But why would they all die vicious deaths? Paul got his head chopped off by Emperor Nero. I mean, they all died horrible deaths. But they preached. You know why? Because they saw the resurrection, Omar. You know what they did when Jesus died on the cross first? They ran. Because they thought they were going to get killed. And they said, oh, he's not going to come back. He's not coming back. We better get out of here. The Romans are going to kill us. The Jews, they're going to kill us. And then they saw him come back. And then once they saw him come back, that's when they said, I don't care about my life that much anymore because I know eternal life is true. Because that's what he said, and he showed it by coming back. See, Omar? So this is the type of stuff, if I was you could use ChatGPT, go look up on Google. There's no problem in questioning stuff. But look, Omar, let me ask you something. You could probably go on ChatGPT and you could probably say, what are the mathematical odds of planet Earth in the Milky Way to have 3 to 6 million species of life, and for there to be other Goldilocks zones like that. And then you say, and then what are the odds for one particular race or species rather that is on the level of human beings versus 299 thousand, 2,999,000 remaining species that are not like us. What are the odds of that? And you could start off, what's the odds of that in one solar system? What's the odds of that in multiple solar systems? And what is the odds of that? And see what the math gives you. It's like astronomically low, Omar. It's like so low, it doesn't even make sense. Me and you have better chances of getting like 12 types of cancers right now than that to happen anywhere else. And that's when you start to realize that the fine-tuning of life and DNA and all these different things, there is a God. Okay? Here's another thing I could throw at you. Why are there some things written in nature that seem to be like common ground? What's a good example? Cannibalism, right? Animals tend to not want to eat each other, right, Omar? They only do it as a last resort, right? Most animals. I'm not talking about, maybe some insects might be different, but let's say on the majority, most animals will not eat each other, okay? It's a survival instinct. They won't eat each other unless they're extremely starving. But why? Well, you can get something called a prion disease. A prion disease is a disease where your DNA folds in on itself, and there's no cure. No known cure for it, Omar. You can look it up. What is a prion disease? And you can get it from cannibalism. That's why mad cow disease was an epidemic at one point. Not that it didn't. Thankfully, we got it under control. But because they were feeding cows like beef products of their own, like whatever, and they wound up like I don't know if they were mixing it in with the whatever, but the cows started to get it, and that's why people were like, "Oh boy, you don't want to get that because there's no cure for it." So what I'm trying to say is it's hardwired in animals not to be cannibals. It's like a law. It's like a law in a way. It's like an unwritten law of God. Don't eat your own kind because you wanna flourish in procreation, survival. So animals tend to notice. You don't have to like sit a cow or a lion down and say, "All right, Mufasa. All right, Simba. Now you can't eat other lions now because you can get Hutchinson Jacob disease or whatever, or prion disease, and you eat your brethren. Hyenas are okay, and zebras and gazelle are okay, but if you eat Mufasa, Simba, or if you eat Scar, you can get a prion disease and die, and your whole group will die. You don't have to explain that to an animal. They just seem to know. Why is that? Just like they know, like a mother lion knows to take care of her cubs. Why is that? Okay, so there are like very interesting little things like this if you really look into this stuff. Okay, another thing is, and I know I can get flack for this, but animals are not. They're not a certain way. Yeah, cannibalism is honestly, Omar, cannibals, like there are some serious cannibal tribes out there still probably, but they're very small, Omar, because it's so dangerous. Like you could once you get the prion diseases, you're dead, bro. And there's like a huge risk of that. Huge risk. Yeah, what does it say? Yeah, well, that's in humans though, but like yeah, it's exactly. It's related to cannibalism, Omar. But it's like I guess what I'm trying to say, Omar, is that these little things, in my opinion, are evidences of a God that doesn't want you to do certain things. That like kind of hardwires it in you. No, you shouldn't respect their culture. They eat each other. It's an abomination, Omar. Read the Old Testament. Omar, 4,000 years ago, the Bible makes it clear not to do this. The Bible makes it clear you're not to be a cannibal, Omar. The Bible says it. Like that's what I'm trying to say. The Bible talks about this stuff, and people do it. How did they know? How did the people 4,000 years ago know not to do this? They would say the Lord made it clear. God made it clear not to eat one another. They would say God said it. The prophets of the past. You can argue it. So why don't you type it in? Type it in ChatGPT. When did the manuscripts of the Bible? When did that dead? Just type it in. When were the oldest Dead Sea Scrolls and manuscripts of the Bible? DSS. You could say how ancient are the DSS, and when do scholars and scientists believe that Bible was made? Write that in the ChatGPT. You got all the answers at your fingertips today, Omar. You don't have to look too hard for this information, Omar. Taking a break. What did ChatGPT say? I'm actually curious now since you're looking stuff up. I want you to get used to looking things up like this. See, one thing about Christianity, Omar, and I'm gonna let you know this: you can ask questions. With real Christianity, you can ask questions. You can't ask questions in Islam, Omar. They don't want you asking many questions about Islam. Maybe the chat GPT will answer, but honestly, Omar, like try to go to an imam in a mosque and ask him questions and see if they like it too much. Well, that's third century. That's 300 years before Christ. That's around 20. They're saying 2300. Um, Omar, type in what is the oldest written parts of the Bible. Say what's the how old are the oldest written parts of the Bible? Because you got to question these things, right, Omar? You might be getting like weird prompts, like they maybe they're looking at like when scripture was finally like put together in its entirety, like during one of the councils. But you got to like really start to like write like better questions. AI is only as good as your questioning, so you have to like ask intelligent questions. Like say, well, how old is the most ancient biblical manuscript out there? Like, see what it says. Like, really try to get a feel of how old these things are. Because it says a lot of things. It says that people preserve them for reason, good reason. You can ask how people preserve them if you want to know. But you have to get better questioning for this stuff because the AI will literally answer anything you say, but you have to question it good. Because if you don't question it good, if you give it like a very vanilla question, you're gonna get a vanilla answer. All right. So that's roughly like 3,000 years ago. Some people say it's more like 3,500 years. Some people say 4,000 years. So I don't know why that's, but it's still very long ago, Omar. Very, very long time ago. So that little Bible that you have in your hand is a very, very old book that speaks a lot of truths of what's going on today. It's very odd that that's the case, but it is the case. And that's why God's word stands forever. Omar, it's a miracle in and of itself that we have a 3,000-year-old piece of literature that's coherent and still stands. Like take the whole God thing out of the equation for a second, and it's just the Bible itself is a miracle, Omar. That's like the crazy thing. You reading Genesis? Yeah, Genesis is good, Omar. I recommend you read the New Testament first, the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Genesis is it's good to read Genesis like after the New Testament. I personally like I go to the New Testament first, then I would go to like the book of Romans. But you can read Genesis. Genesis is a good book too. Genesis is not bad. It's a little hard to understand sometimes Genesis if you kind of like don't understand. But you could, I'm not going to tell you what to do, Omar, but if you want to read Genesis first, you can. I would like to do a Bible study with you one day, Omar, because I can explain a lot of what you're reading if you want to do one. Anyway, Omar, I'm going to get going. You keep reading, do your thing, all right? And And I'll talk to you later. All right. If you want, you could Discord me stuff. I don't care. All right, Omar. I'm gonna cool down my Switch here. Yep. Yep. 100%. 100%, Omar. All right. Talk to you later, Omar.